Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to today's edition of Beyond the Ordinary Show. And today we have Keleena Malnar with us. And we're going to be talking about elevating your vibration. What does that mean? How do we do it? But Kalina's going to go deeper into the topic, and we're going to be talking about DNA codes and what they actually do for us and what's activating in it. Um, what is perhaps going into atrophy in some of the codes as we ignite new ones? And then how do we move forward with that? What is it that we might experience during the changing of the guard, if you will, and so much more. So it's going to be an extraordinary call. We'll probably open up to some Q&A. But I hope that y'all take the time to sit back and really be receptive. There's a lot that's streaming through. A lot of high energies are amplifying even more. And I would venture to tell y'all that this is only the beginning of an amplification like we haven't experienced. And Keleena is an amazing way shower that can really help guide us and bring perspective and understanding so that we can walk forward in this new ignited path, really facilitated by all of the benevolence that's here to guide us to these new places and also for us to embody and walk forward and truly the light that we are. So again, it's going to be an amazing call. I hope that y'all enjoy it. And with that, Keleena, welcome to today's call.
Thank you, John, and thank you for having me back. I'm very excited. I'm feeling the vibrations as you're talking. They're
Yeah,
coming in.
there's a lot streaming through, and it's I want to get into the simplicity of our topic, but also understand that there's intricacies behind the topic as well. So why did you choose a topic to elevate your vibration?
I actually chose living multidimensionally. That's the
Oh,
one that I chose.
interesting. Okay, well, welcome Mercury retrograde again. Yes.
But we can use that. Everything's going to blend anyway, right? Apparently, Spirit said, let's talk about this one.
Let's talk about this instead. Interesting. It's the topics and the energies are shifting along with us.
Mhm.
Um, well, Kalina, with that, let's get into the codes then. Let's get into what are DNA codes. So let's just go into the meat of the conversation.
All right. So, well, first of all, there's a lot of shift and change going on right now. I know you're feeling it. I'm
Oh yeah.
feeling it. And with this, it affects us through the DNA at the cell level. So it's activating us in the DNA so that more of our multidimensionality comes online. And that is, for some people, it's been a little scary. It's going to elevate the vibration, the frequency, your consciousness, everything. It's going to bring back memories, memories of past, memories of your inner knowing. You're going to have that, all of that coming online, all the divine parts of you that need to come forth to do what you came here to do in service. On your service, they don't mean you're giving everything away and you're always, living that way. But the service that you came, that's divinely innate within you, that you share with the world. So the DNA codes, they're activations that come directly from source. This is how I've been shown. They come directly from source and they come in the different languages of light. We also have codes coming in from the sun daily. But the ones that come in that I will speak, channel, generate, transmit, whatever you want to call it. They literally come in. I see them coming in as different forms of geometry, not the basic geometry. They're different. They look different, but the basis of it is still part of it, if that makes sense. But
It
these are
does.
expanded. These are new. They elevate you to the new level. And that's why I feel like some people that have contacted me say, I'm not receiving from, this person on YouTube or this person over here or this person over here anymore. What happened? Well, there's a difference. Everyone's at these different levels to deliver things. And so what happens if you're not expanding or receiving the new codes coming in? They come in right through there for me. I see them come in and then I literally see them like starting to flow. in a never
Mm.
ending circle. It's never ending. And then this is just how they showed me. But also when they come in, what I see, when the guides have shown me like a cell. So if you take one of your cells in your body, and for me, it looks like when people need these activations, and everybody needs them because we're constantly shifting, it looks
Mm.
like there's, what do you call it? Like not a shadow, but something over the top of it. And like the light codes look like, they just give me this for example, like if it's a lightning bolt hitting that, it cracks that. And so the expansion of the cell, the light within you, let's say the crystalline, it starts to expand within the body. And then the stuff that has to be transformed starts to come to the surface. And so it's all it's all a little wild when you explain it like that, but it's easier for me. It's a simple way for people to understand what's happening to you. So it's going to affect you mentally, emotionally, physically, and you're going to start going through so many different levels of your process. And for those that are already going through the process, you're expanding even more.
There's a lot that's been happening in my personal experience with this eclipse portal, the equinox. Um, it's just happening organically. It's not even a searching for something where I typically sit in meditation and connect and embody and expand. A lot of it felt like it was a lot of mental just regurgitation that was happening, but in that I was aware of old thought forms and situations in the way that I've held them within my subconscious that were coming to the surface for a reinterpretation and an elevation of understanding so that whatever was binding from the past was releasing. And again, it didn't take a lot of effort, but it did take the awareness and the presence to allow it to be without questioning why I wasn't going where I wanted to go in my transmissions, why I
Mhm.
wasn't connecting where I thought I wanted to connect, and and being in relationship with really the codes that are emerging, that are transmuting, really the old codes that again are they're really benign. They don't serve anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. You're going through an upgrade, basically. And we have to leave the old behind. We have to release the old to allow the new. So that's exactly what you're explaining here. That's just my simplified term of it. But I like how you explain it in that way because it's good for everyone to understand that. It takes stillness. It takes that time for you to be still with the self and be aware, observe everything that's coming up. But you don't have to dive into it and chase it, kind of like what you were saying.
Right.
You don't have to chase it. You just have to let it release.
Mhm.
That's
Do you think it is surfacing because at a certain level we've accessed and ignited the new DNA codes, if you will, and we're capable of holding that much light quotient so that there can be a meeting
mhm.
in that higher tone?
A meeting with yourself.
Yeah.
A meeting with your higher self. Yeah. So yeah, absolutely. It's upgrading you. It's allowing your innate to come more online fully within yourself so that you are capable of not having to go look for the innate, like always having to go meditate, just living as your higher self. That's what we are going through right now. It's getting stronger and stronger. And more people are going to see that. And they're going to just have knowing. I know this, I know this, I know that, I know that. And things are going to burst forward. But there's going to be people, though, John, that aren't there and they're going to go more into the mental anguish. So it's going to happen. It just happened to me with some people, but we're here to hold ourselves here in that sacred heart in that space and just hold that space for people, but step back because we don't have to take disrespect from others. That is
Right.
something that we learn through this as well.
Mm. Well,
It's very,
we get to hold the field for what's in the standard that we're rising to. And again, there's a steadiness to us in that particular field as well, where we're not as triggered perhaps as we might have been in the past,
right,
because there's just a knowing that emerges.
right, exactly. we've gone through enough of it where we don't allow the emotions don't come into play anymore, where we react from either vengefulness or anger or anything like that. We're steady in our neutralized, I'm going to say territory because that's the word I'm getting. We're neutralized in that space and place in the heart, knowing that, okay, this person, it's just in your knowing, this person is going through this. But we are creating that template of respect of
That's
an
beautiful.
enlightened being.
So when we get to this place of balance and harmonics with these new keys that are activating within us, that's a threshold. That is a beginning. What are we being guided towards as we're in this new territory?
I, I'm listening to the guides. They're saying we're being guided to be ourselves, like more and more. Just be yourself. Know thyself, love thyself, be thyself. Those are my three keys. If we are not doing that, then we are creating that mental jungle. We're creating obstacles that we've got to go and take the longer route. We need to be ourselves. That this is what they're saying right now. They popped in while you were talking. So we just need to be aligned and be who we are. And that divine feminine masculine balance within us. And when we're there, we are the activated child of source, walking this planet and again creating that new respect template. And demanding that respect, they just said, demanding it, and not through your words, but through your actions.
And through your presence, through your field.
Mhm.
It's really a magnet for, again, the standard that is held with those keys that are being activated.
Mhm.
Um, how are you guiding? How are you facilitating those people that were showing up that were, I'll call them wobbled in the triggers in the last couple of weeks?
Well, the ones that lash out like that, I just let them do their thing, observe the situation, and I don't respond in that way. I just open my heart, but I step back. That's something I've been talking about on the YouTube videos since I think December. It's still ongoing. It's going to be this whole year. Is that we just need to see them with a full heart of compassion and where they're at, and knowing that it's their own stuff. That's it. It's their stuff. If we didn't do anything to generate that, I step back. I don't work with them. I don't give them my energy in response because that's not where I'm at. They have to meet me here. They have
Right.
to come up and meet me here. I'm not going down there and gonna play the game. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And I received a similar message also, and a reminder as I was witnessing some of those things playing out. And the reminder was, whenever that comes in, it's rather than being triggered or being in judgment or even being in defense, to bless them, to be in this place where, again, you mentioned compassion, and I want to bring in blessing as well, because we're mirroring to those energies to meet us where we are when with the invitation of compassion and the invitation of a blessing. It's like a portal is available for them that kind of catch snap and say, oh wait, there's something else that's available for me other than this old reaction.
Yeah, I choose to communicate from here. So if someone's not matching me here and it's more of an attack, I don't, I just don't go into that. It's not my thing.
Mm.
It's not our thing. Um, Guides are talking. They're reminding it is the new level. They're saying this over and over. It is the new level of respect that humanity had when they were first here on the planet. Okay, these are the Lemurian angels speaking. So when our existence was originally here, it was the respect for each other because we all knew each other as source. And we're not respecting each other now. We have not respected each other on this planet as all of us being source, right? We've gone through all of this turmoil and all of these dynasties and civilizations, but all of that stuff is leaving now. with everything that's happening, so we can come back to that, like the Lemurian existence.
Hmm, beautiful. Talk to us a little bit more about the Lemurian angels that you mentioned. What's your relationship with them? What have they been sharing, and how are they here to guide this collective that we're in?
They're so beautiful. Um, when I got here and started working on the land, um, an elder showed up, and I started working with the elder, and it's a big elder being that looks like an ancient Hawaiian elder. But they don't call themselves Hawaiian. I can't remember the name he used. Um, and then a few days later, all of a sudden, I was going through all of these, I call them convulsion upgrades, because your body's
Wow.
going like you can't stop. You're like, it's almost like you're having a convulsion. I know some other people that have them like that. And when it was done, there were angels all around me, and they said, "We're here to work with you, and we will be working with you from this point forward." And they are these massive beings of light that are so beautiful and so heart-based, heart-centered. I have some stuff written here that they actually channeled that I wrote down. But when I was channeling them, I think it was last week on Patreon, the angels were channeling, they're saying things, and they said that the one thing that was really lovely is that we are you. So they were
Hmm.
referring to themselves as us, and we are them. There's no separation. They were just they were like reminding there's no separation. We are all this. If it was an origin point, is what they're showing me now. Excuse me. They're showing me an origin point coming into the planet with the dome, through the dome,
Hmm.
right? Coming in here. I'm feeling someone's throat all of a sudden. And this is coming in. I don't know why they're saying it's not scarcity. I'm not sure what that's about.
Hmm.
They're saying it's plentitude. Souls. Plentitude. Okay, plentitude of souls coming in through a civilization that lived in harmony. We amplify through those of you in this world love, light, on the feeling and knowing of sacredness that is within your soul. Yes, it was a civilization. And yes, we and it still exists. And yes, all of you are connected to us as we. Relay the information. Again, as always, there is no me. It is only and always we. We are benevolent as you refer to us. We are the mirror of Source at a level of existence that is missing on your planet. Through all of you, you know the change occurs on the return to life in oneness is happening. Yet, to get there, to a unified field of consciousness, a compilation and transmissions and codes must occur. It is the easiest way for enlightenment for the world to happen. Yes, there will be times when what you call disaster or destruction will occur. But we say, look at it as new beginnings. Wherever there is an end result, there is a beginning. And it is no one's fault. It is the works of our Creator. For the Creator assists Gaia. And Gaia knows what to do. Your end results in full acceptance of all that you are gets easier and easier the more you surrender to the knowing, the feeling, and the conscious change that is occurring within yourself. You will blend the aspects of yourself in vibration and frequency as you rise as the light beings you are. You are not becoming, you are. Hot.
I got hot over here as well, in that transmission. Keleena, what can we do to support our physical and emotional bodies as these stretches are happening to so many of us during these times?
What can we do to support the physical and emotional? Well, like they said, surrender. But physical for me is taking that, like if, I always say this, if the body is exhausted, rest. I don't care what you're doing. If you're at work, you're gonna tell your boss, you're gonna have to tell your boss, I'm not feeling well, or I need 15 minutes. Go and let yourself recharge. Get the body, for others that are in places where there's salt water, get the body in salt water, take salt baths, salt showers, do the things, eat light foods. That's the biggest thing. Yesterday, I know I had messaged you, I'm like, I just got home from the grocery, I need to eat. And as soon as I took 2 bites of what I got to eat, and I was starving, my whole body shut down. It was like, no, this is a little too heavy. And all it was a hummus wrap with vegetables. That was it. But it was too heavy. I had to put that aside, and I just grabbed an orange. That was okay. So we've got to listen to the signs of the body. Water, 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 big time. And activate your water, big time. But yeah, I hear you. They're saying salt. So for those that don't get salt, yeah, we need to get that, especially if you're in a place where you're constantly sweating. I use the Celtic salt myself, but the guides are ones that just said salt.
Yeah.
The mental, go on the land, be by yourself. And I know you know this because we do this, we go on the land, we be by ourselves, and we just let what needs to occur, which for me is the connection to Gaia. I connect to Gaia and I connect to Source, and I just let everything flow through me and out of me that's not serving me anymore. I just let it release. And that's what I believe that you were saying earlier when you were doing, I can't remember what you said in the beginning, sorry, it goes in and out. But we release what doesn't serve. So if you're getting into the mental and you're constantly thinking, meditate. Goodness gracious, meditate, do breath work, do yoga, swim, exercise, whatever you do. For some people, it's gardening. Just get in that space and place of things that bring you joy. Always the ones that bring you joy. Alignment. The guy just said align.
No, and that's wonderful. And again, when these big stretches come in, and I want to call them stretches, these new keys are being activated. There's been so much entrainment about pulling a tool to try to fix it. Pull a tool to try to fix it. Pull up another structure, pull up another process, get into, and that's not what's being suggested here. That's not where we're in. That may have served us for a time, but we're in a different time now.
Yeah, we are. All I know is as soon as I start feeling it, I mean, I walk through the house and all of a sudden I feel Gaia coming right through my feet. I feel whatever just came into the crystalline grid, because we're so connected now. I just feel it going woo, like a wave right up my body, and I just stop in that moment when I start feeling it. I just let it flow and I let the activation occur, whatever it is. I just give it that time. I just immerse myself in it and I let it flow. And when it's done, you're like super high. Let yourself be in that state, right? It's basically the reminder of, not all the way back to source, but how we're supposed to feel. So I let myself do that. I let it happen. I don't stop it and I don't keep doing, well, I got to get the dishes done. No, if it starts, receive it. Or if you're outside and it's coming in from the sun and it starts coming in through the crown and going through that way, again, I don't know about others, but for me, being extremely multidimensional, different aspects just take over and things happen. Um, and that's what I feel like everyone else needs to allow themselves to do. Let those parts of you that are coming online to take over and don't stop it.
Right. And what's beautiful about you is that you have a very intimate relationship with those energies and a fluidity with it, where it's really a co-creation rather than, oh, I'm feeling something uncomfortable. Let me try to control this so that I don't have to be uncomfortable anymore.
Hmm. Yeah, because there is sometimes a discomfort with it, but that discomfort is allowing us to evolve. So I'd rather be on that end than running away.
Yeah, absolutely. But we're also become aware of what's being activated in us when that we're in that relationship. It's like going to the gym and lifting a little bit heavier and knowing that we're pushing hard, but it's we we're aware of the gift on the other side of, again, being in a relational dynamic of what's expanding. Um,
Yeah, oh goodness, it's hot. um, we are in relationship with all that we are as we're evolving. And we've always been in relationship with it. We've just held it in the background. That's what the angels are saying. Does that make sense? Yeah.
if you want to expand on it, that'd be wonderful.
Yeah, let me see what they're. I question them. I know sometimes I shouldn't, but I need to know a little more simpler. Um, we're always in relationship with who we've always been. Remember what they said before, we are not becoming. They're saying we said it before. You are not becoming, you've always been this. It's that, oh, okay. Let me see. It's that thing that's been in the way. So, it's that thing that's been blocking all of it that's been in the way. This is like dissipating. You can call it the veil, whatever. That's dissipating, but all that we've ever been has always been here. It's part of our quantum reality, they're saying. We just weren't reaching it in a conscious way, they're saying. And now it's getting to the point where you don't have to take effort to do it. Like kind of like you were saying, we don't have to seek things, we don't have to chase it. It's happening. It is a reality that is coming on more and more to shift the presence within you of the innate that allows you to expand. They're saying God's love or source love within the self and outside the self. And so what they're showing me with this is, as everybody's going to go through this and they're expanding that, and it's in your field, it's in your all your bodies, it's through the auric field, it's in your quantum field, and each person that you connect with, and you're gonna you touch your fields touch each other, and as they're touching each other, those that are going to be super high frequency, they're going to help to initiate change in others. Okay, I get this now. So this is something that when and I know we've talked about this before, like some of us will go in a room, like I can go in a room where because my frequency is really high, it will help to, and all light workers do this, it will help to transform, they're calling it the setting and vibration in the mood of the room. That's what the angels are saying. It's not through effort. It's not going to be through effort anymore, where sometimes we would sit there and try to go, okay, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna create that this is going on in the room. I'm gonna change the vibration. I'm going to do this. It's not going to be that, they're saying. It's that all of us will be walking around. They're showing me like this big egg around us. And everyone that's going to touch each other is going to assist each other in so many different ways, but it's elevated.
Right.
They just showed me this massive massive light. Yeah. It's and what it was, it's kind of like how they're showing me that their presence.
That's exactly what I was going to say. It's whenever we feel a benevolent being coming into our space, it's just a presence. They're not trying. They're there, and we feel the shift. It's extremely evident.
Yeah.
And there's a receptivity and a softening that happens in the midst of that presence. And that is us showing ourselves to us, if you
Yes.
will, since we are the Lemurian angels, right?
That's it. That's it. We just forgot.
Keleena, I'm
Good.
curious, as you were speaking earlier, I was feeling a lot of high heart throat stuff happening on the call. Are you picking up on that as well?
I was picking up someone's throat stuff, but like somebody's got like a heart pressure. Does
Yeah,
that make
heart pressure and
like,
throat also is coming up really strongly on
yeah.
the call today.
Yeah, I feel heaviness here for some people. And I feel for me on the throat, I'm feeling it on this side. So left, right, right. So on the masculine side, it's coming in right there. And it literally, that's why I was sipping before. And it makes me, because I'm actually not talking about it, I'm in a cough. So hold on, I just want to ask, I'm just going to check in with the angelics. They just said the masters are here as well. They're here. We wish for you to know the frequency of the conduit and the frequency of others as well creates in the toroidal field and in the expansion a level of light, a level of frequency, a vibration, you will say, that activates a biohacking in the field of others that are holding blocks. This is part of our conduit's work, and this is why she speaks and sings the codes and tones. This is part of her work. And we have not referred to it before as biohacking, but we are now. So for those that are feeling when they are in her presence or the presence of others that have the same ability, her field is engaging. Her frequency and vibration is engaging. It is flowing through you. This is how she works in the healing work. You understand this. It gives her the awareness in her own body of where the pain of others is and the blockages, the obstacles that are occurring. It is relevant in this line of work to understand this. And it is relevant to the receiver to understand that in which they feel pain in persistence in the body is that in which and where they must work on themselves. What we wish for all to understand is it is assistance to your enlightenment, your transformation, your healing, and the ability to know the self, and to know that it's no longer relevant to follow a false identity. It clarifies the field. It clarifies the mind. And it clarifies your ability to know thyself from heart space reality versus the program that you have lived through your lives. And we are not saying life, we are saying lives. Neho pumuanama. Biohacking.
Biohacking and the language that you spoke to close also felt very native to me in a way. I'm curious if you have an interpretation of it.
Well, it's the elder that was speaking.
Okay.
So he is here with the masters. So probably, let me see if there's anything. It was just about the understanding of the lineage. That's what the words they just said. It's about the understanding of the lineage within the self. And they just said, and that is all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I want to describe him if that's okay.
Absolutely, yes.
I'm curious if you know this being. Well, he shows up as 10 feet tall, but definitely the Polynesian. And he has a very more square face. And this is interesting how he shows me. He's got the grass skirt kind of thing on that goes down. It goes just below the knees. But on one foot, it's on the right side, not on the foot, but there's I don't know what you call it. It's kind of like, not what the grass skirt's made out of, but it's something like that. That's around the on the ankle as well. And he has them on his wrist. But he also has these, I don't know what you call those, tribal tattoo? Like tribal
Yes.
tattoo. Yeah. And one of them goes across his face, kind of. Comes in from the one side and goes, it comes in like this and goes to here, to the face.
Interesting.
And then there's on the arm. Oh, he has those things up here too, like around just below the muscle, whatever you call this here. He's showing me is all of himself. He's showing me. And the thing on his head. He has something. It's not the flowers like you see here. It's not the flowers on his head. It's more of the kind of like the same thing that he's got on the other parts of the body. But it's interesting, he does not have that on the left foot. Kumani, he just called himself. I gotta write that down.
Write it down. Amazing. Well, could you tell us what the purpose of those wraps around his arms and his ankles are? I have an inclination, but I'd love to hear. Um, well, know directly from source rather than assume.
He's saying they are tradition. That's what he's saying.
Okay.
He said that loud and clear. They are tradition. Um, and you earn them.
Mm,
So you will see some people that will just have one foot, or they'll have just the lower ones on the arms. He's showing me, but they're tradition, and this is from way back, way, way back. So I don't know if anyone's carried the tradition forward here. I'm sure there's some. There has to be. Um, let me see if he says anything else. I'm so glad he told me his name. He's saying I am Kumani, elder of fire.
mm.
Elder of fire. Elder of fire. Taking notes because I don't remember. Oh, I'm sure he'll tell me. So you know how there is Pele?
Of course, yes.
We observe Pele. It's like he was observed in that way in his time as that masculine energy. It is the heritage. Thank you. It was his heritage.
Beautiful. I'm glad he came through to share. Thank you for translating for all of us to receive that.
Yeah.
Something that he mentioned that I find intriguing and want to bring reference to it and would love perspective and the way that you receive it is that he say he earned those ornaments, I'll call them, just for lack of a better word right now, and then I want to be more respectful of it, obviously. Um, and that earning part of it also takes me into a place as we're accessing these new key codes. It's not that we're working hard to earn them, but there is a sense of graduating into them. It really, it's not just gifted because the solar flares took place and because the moon aligned in a certain way and because all the planets aligned directly for the last 140 million years. There is an alchemical process and initiation that we all individually go through to be able to cross the threshold of the new gateways as they keep opening.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, and that's absolutely what's happening to us now, this alchemical process. Um,
Mhm.
but his earnings of them are things that he had to learn to be in honor, is what he's saying. So you know what's so interesting? I feel like it's a level of respect. So
Thank you.
the if
Yes.
you're greeted from someone else, they respect because they see on the outside of you that you've reached and obtained this level. So we're not going to be wearing things. We're just going to be here. We're going to be here and compassionate and loving beings. We're not going to walk around with things all over us. You know, the tattoo is a marking of some kind of lineage thing as well. So, but yeah, it's the respect.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I get vibrationally also the amulets will be seen and felt even though we're not physically wearing them. And it is this acknowledgement of an attainment of our higher vibrational self and remembering the awakening that we're going through, um, that, that is held within our field and cannot not be felt.
The amulet, they just said, is a light code.
Ah, beautiful. Wow. Ooh, tell us more.
They're saying these are the Angels of Lemuria. So it's basically the amulet of your soul self, your essence, and it's the light code that's yours. It's specifically yours. Like
Mm.
if you have your DNA that's specifically yours, right? They're showing this light code. It's beautiful. That's made just for you. It's
Oh,
your soul's essence. It's all of you in this light code. You don't have to wear it, you don't have to tattoo it on you, you don't have to do anything. It's who you are. And it's, I don't know whether they're using the word registering. It's who you register yourself to be, is what they're saying, but I'm not really sure whether they're using that term. It's on alignment, is what they're saying. It's on alignment.
yeah. For me, a registry is also a vibrational tone. It's a vibrational
Hmm.
register. It's a note that's played. Interesting.
Yeah.
Um, Keleena, I can't believe we're almost an hour into our call. It feels like we just got started 5 minutes ago.
Oh, it
Uh,
does.
it's
Sorry.
absolutely. Um, I want to get into some Q&A because I we promised the audience Q&A with you. So if y'all have questions, raise your hand, type your questions into the chat box. We're going to get into some of that. But Keleena, I want to go to your special offer first, though, because you're offering um,
I can't remember.
an amazing special offer. Well, I can tell you exactly what you're offering. It's a high frequency crystalline light code. It's a group healing session. Um,
Oh, yeah, a healing group session with that.
Tell us what happens on this. And before you do that, Chris, do me a favor and put the link in the chat box so everybody listening live can click on that link and go to the special offer page and follow along as Keleena explains. And you'll pick up on some of the vibrational tone and maybe feel the invitation as it calls you. If you're watching on the replay, click on the special offer button on the replay page, or if you're watching this on the YouTube replay, look for the link in the comments section, or you can always access the special offers and replays by going to beyondtheordinaryshow.com/marketplace. So this high frequency crystalline light code healing session, what is happening there?
hmm
You laugh.
What it says. Well, it's they're amazing. So basically, I'm going to run my frequency first through everyone. Um, some have experienced this, and what it's going to do, it's going to bring in that the things that need to come forth within that have to be revealed to be healed. Some people will start to feel like, oh, what's happening? And some will start feeling like the vibration, all that. But when that comes in, I know exactly, my inner being knows exactly what codes need to come through for every single individual. It's not something I have to sit there and think of or write it down or whatever. It just flows in all these different aspects of the self, just, into wholeness. Just like the masters always show me. They come in as individuals, but then they come in as one big ball of light. So that's kind of like what happens to me. But at the same time, I see myself working with each individual on their screen. I literally can see myself there and I'm going, whoa, this has been happening for years. It freaked me out for times. So what's happening is these light codes are going to come in through light and through sound, through my tones, through the frequency that's going to capture a benevolence that needs to occur within each individual. And they're saying capture because they're saying sometimes the benevolence, you can see like a person's, how we were talking about the egg before, but you can see the person's, like, part of them is out of their alignment and we need to move it back in.
Mm.
And when we move that in, it aligns them. It aligns more of the benevolent aspect of themselves. Okay, I'm getting, there's all kinds of stuff happening right now. And when that happens, then the frequency can expand. And it expands in a way that it allows that inner healing to occur. And it'll go on for quite a while by itself. So it takes them into an inner healing. I just bring in the codes, the tones. It's all about tones. It's also always about vibration. Um, the 528 and 432 that come through when I sing, those hit at a certain, but also the low ones, they all hit to allow the crystalline part of us to expand even more. There is a frequency of enlightenment that will be occurring in that session, this session, that will happen in the now moment, that will allow the activation of the true self to align to its soul presence. And as we say this, we are not meaning that the soul is not present. It is always present. But you will be, if you would say, spinning your DNA, turning it on, and allowing it at the same time to expand through the whole body, like some of you are feeling now. You are feeling expansion through your body now because we are generating this through the conduit. Just allow it to happen, allow the flow, allow what you're feeling. Are you feeling? Kia poto me ana ana kutoshtina mara ena marakina santama. In ease and in grace, you're becoming more of who you are. And you're allowing more of your multi-dimensional aspects to come online in this healing, if you allow it to occur. One must believe. I'm really high. Did you feel that, John?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Amazing what's coming through. And I felt the expansion and a lightness come through as that was being transmitted. So thank you for that.
It's still running through me. It's going through, it's coming through my, the root all the way up. It's like a wave.
And you got a little transmission of what's going to happen at a deeper level here in this live class. And there's more to the special offer, Brenda. The group healing session. Keleena, do you have the date for it by any chance? We don't have that on the special offer page.
I believe it was the
We do.
25th. Yeah.
It's Friday, April 25th. It's 90 minutes at 2 p.m. Pacific time. You'll see it there on the special offer page if you scroll down. So you'll be able to participate live. There's, of course, a recording of it that'll be sent out afterwards. And then you've also sent out some other gifts and frequency tones that are available to help support in a continuous basis. So you offered the Beyond Free Choice recorded video.
Yes. Because I don't think enough people did that.
That was a powerful call.
Yes, and to actually listen to that and do that before, that is going to be very beneficial.
Mhm. An amazing call. I participated on that call, and it was extraordinary. Then there's also the gifts to expand your, and it's an activation library. So you're providing the Lemurian sound healing, which makes
Yeah.
sense. What happens in that sound healing?
Oh, people get taken way out.
Okay.
It's actually only I don't know, 2.5 minutes, but you can loop it and just keep listening to it.
Mm.
Um, but it's so divine. I've gotten so many comments and from people going, make it longer, make it longer. It literally, you can feel the vibration in your body, in your cells, and it takes you into another world, basically. It takes you otherworldly. I'm actually, as I'm talking about it, I'm feeling it in me.
Amazing. As I really appreciate what you wrote on here in the description also, because this sound frequency is leading to descend back into the sacred hearts, and it takes away from false identity ego into pure divine ascension as light. So the transmission that's available there to, again, to help with with the dismantling again of the false identity ego in a way
Mhm.
that you don't have to work for it. It's presence and it's attunement and it's the registry of that frequency that allows to be met in the higher vibrational tone just by being with it. Um, so it's amazing. And then also, y'all, there's a guided meditation for expanding heart frequency in here as well. Um, so all this is included with the live 90-minute call that happens on April 25th for $97. And there's a two payment option on that as well. So amazing way to be in the shifting and healing energies as a collective that are coming together in similar tone, if you will, as a group collective that are guiding each other into higher vibrational states to be able to maintain the crossing of those gateways and then those portals that are there and to amplify into that new field of creation. Um, Amazing what's coming through, y'all. Again, the special offer, the links in the chat box, the special offer buttons on the replay page there as well, and always at beyondtheordinaryshow.com/marketplace. Always for the season, by the way, not always into perpetuate, into forever. But as the season goes, the special offers will be up there. Is there something you're guided to share right now, Keleena? I'm feeling you.
Yeah, there's a transmission.
Okay, wonderful.
I'll just have everybody go ahead and just relax, take a breath. And for those that know and those that don't, just say now align and drop into my divine sacred heart. Be in that space, please. They just said it is relevant. Release. Hi. Nadia na butura na merachana makirtas et uste. Nahana ka ama. Ufa. Naswantana miaraka miafumu hanabi. Narinna narkranta karatu nakaranta narshana maratana marahin yarata sante rantana mariana haina karashtana yarosotura hanna marakana norshtanera neha unamahamoyana kirasta une hayo namwe. Release. Amia namuta naya. Whoosh. They're saying we are complete. We're complete with that.
Beautiful. May I ask who he is?
It's me. Aspects of me. Yeah.
Beautiful. I'm sure y'all could feel that also. I love what Richard wrote on here. Richard says, my light language really took off after Kaleena's class. I knew nothing about dragons and saw my dragon clearing my chakras. Wild. Um, y'all are familiar with Keleena. You know what happens on some of these calls and the experiences and the elevation that's possible. So again, the special offer really is special, and I hope y'all take advantage of that. Keleena, can we hop on to some live callers?
Yes.
Let's
And just so
do it.
everybody knows that that healing session is going to move you into that direction, and things that are suppressed and dormant come online.
Mm, beautiful. Yeah, more surprise. Amazing. I'm not sure if it's Nani or I'll call it Nani, and you can correct me. But
It's
welcome
Nan.
to the call.
It's Nanny.
Nani.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here, both of you. I am vibrating and expanding, and I don't know if I can talk. My voice is quivering. What I want to ask is, how can I best move forward in my purpose and my ascension?
Well, that's a big question.
I know. I know it's
Just
big.
keeps just in a general way, we're going to say they're coming in. To keep allowing yourself to surrender to all that you are. Okay, allowing the process to happen. And like, you know how John was talking earlier about allowing yourself to go through every vibrational occurrence that has to happen. So you're going to have different, um, and I believe we're shifting from calling it triggers, right, John?
We are.
Yeah. And just allowing these, they're calling it fields of enlightenment. Wow. Okay, sorry, gotta write that down. Um, allowing these, it's a presence of an activation, is what they said. Allowing them to come in to like activate, to bring that frequency in that's allowing you to open more, to release that's not serving you. And when they're saying not serving you, they don't mean just only in this life. They're actually meaning, because they're showing me, you know, the other lives, the stuff you've brought forward from other lives that maybe you don't understand, or you don't remember an occurrence from when you were a child that could possibly be brought over from the lineage. They're saying the ancestral lineage. But if you're sitting in things and dwelling in things that are occurring within your life that are not serving you, this is the time to let them go. So it could be thoughts, it could be places, it could be people, it could be relationships. It's always the beliefs about yourself, old patterns. Just keep releasing and letting that fall away. And that's going to help you. That's the basics. But I can't go into specifics because I
Right.
would have to literally be harmonizing with your frequency and in your um, subconscious to bring all this stuff up.
Thank you.
Beautiful, Nani. Blessings to you on your journey.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Yes.
you.
And I would even suppose too, what makes you think that you're not doing it? You are. Just to what degree are you willing to open up to even more, right?
Right.
And so even asking the question demonstrates that you're doing it. So, yeah, you. So it's not that you're not. And I want to bring that propulsion of energy here. You're not holding back. It's to what degree are you experiencing and saying yes to more. Yes
It,
to surrender. Yes to your higher guidance. Go ahead, Keleena, please.
yeah, sorry. The guide's just saying it's also because the ego's desiring to hear certain things, but also to know that it's happening is assisting in the shift for her at this moment, just as you've said that they just said.
Beautiful. Thank you, love, for coming on. All
Thank
right,
you
let's
so
continue.
much.
Yes, you're so welcome. Kimmy, let's go to you. Welcome to the call.
Can you hear me?
We can now, yes.
Um, Hi. I think my question was quite similar, really, that I just feel like I've blocked myself from moving forward
Mm.
with things. And, um, yeah, I was just wondering.
It's okay. Let yourself, let the emotion come out because you're having a release right now.
And just, I think I have releases about a lot of things, just like you sharing or your knowledge, and that it makes me, I don't know, just feel
You,
really grateful when,
okay.
yeah.
And one day
I
you'll be
just
doing the same.
yeah, I don't know. I feel a bit lost with things, and I feel like I block myself from um remembering who I am, I think.
Okay. All right. So here's what we're going to bring through. First of all, yes, there is what, and we're going to say this and state this for all of you. There is a belief within everyone that is just awakened, that may have been awakened for a while, that they are blocking themselves. But as we have demonstrated earlier with Keleena, oh yeah, they're showing me this when I put the veil there, right? That veil was placed there when we came into the earth. And it's not that you are specifically blocking yourself. You have to understand that your beliefs and the patterns that you are holding within yourself, that you will be recognizing in your awareness as you observe your healing, as you observe your Sacred Heart ascension. You will start to come online and you're knowing that this isn't what I need to be doing to get here. I need to be here. I don't need to think about things. I need to align in here and here. And I need to allow myself to express all that I am without my ego getting in the way. That this isn't who you are. This isn't what you can do. This isn't your belief. No one will believe you. No one's going to understand you. Do you understand what we are saying?
Yeah,
You shaking your head, yes.
yeah.
Do you understand that the vibrational tone that you are emitting right now is one that does not feel worthy of the self? And when we say worthy of the self, we are saying worthy of the God self that you are. It is a battle between the human ego, the false ego, and the God self, or goddess self, as Keleena would state it, that you are. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And we would also like to say, is when you understand fully the abilities and the probabilities of everything that you can create, knowing that that God, Goddess self that you are can do, you will illuminate everything about you. You will no longer fall into the trap of what that little devil on your shoulder is trying to stop you from. And that little devil on your shoulder is the false ego. Why do you put yourself down, we ask?
Um, I didn't really think I did that much, I don't think, but maybe I can be more conscious of it. Mm.
There is an unworthiness that we are feeling within your field. Do you understand? We would call it a comparison. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Do you need to do that?
no, not really, no.
No, because a comparison is judgment of
Yeah,
the self.
yeah, yeah, I do that. Yeah.
Yes, we know. They're like, stop comparing. Stop bringing the judgment in towards the self. That actually goes to the root, and the root of that is feeling unworthy. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So in that healing, group healing, I'm going to dive into unworthiness, like you guys have never seen before, because we need to eliminate that from everyone, because it's such a program that doesn't need to be there. And for everyone, it hits at so many different things. And you've been programmed in so many ways, from a child, from a teenager, as an adult, from your work, from family, that makes you feel small. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah.
And so the judgment within the self, you take yourself into a place like this. And so we need to get you here.
Mm.
Yeah. Because that's who you are.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
I see you, and I just want to say this really quick. I see you helping others. I don't know what you do now, but they're giving me the number 2. So like 2 years, could be 2 years, 2 years. They keep going like this, 2
No.
years.
Yeah, I'm trying to work that out really what to do. So yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Kimmy, can I give you a tool to work with? And this is for anybody on the call.
Yep.
Good. The first thing I want you to do is I want you to tell me your name, and I want you to say, I am Kimmy.
I am Kimmy.
Thank you. So wanted to feel you. Thank you.
Mm.
This into the mirror every day. There's a longer process to it, but this will serve you beautifully up to the activation of Keleena.
Yep.
Go into the mirror and repeat after me now. Kimmy, you deserve to be more than enough.
Kimmy, you deserve to be more than enough.
Kimmy, you can be more than enough.
Kimmy, you can be more than enough.
Kimmy, you are more than enough.
Kimmy, you are more than enough.
Do that every day until the class starts before you go, and see how differently you show up to that class. Go into the mirror, look directly into your left eye, and do that for 5 minutes every day. You will feel the empowerment lighting up your new key codes as you reclaim who you be, Kimmy. It's time.
Okay.
It's time.
Thank you.
And I
Yes.
have one more.
Please, yes.
Kimmy, I love you.
Kimmy, I love you.
Yeah. And then do that in the mirror. Kimmy, I love you.
Mm.
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna add to it.
Go for it.
Kimmy, I trust you. Repeat after me.
Kimmy, I trust you.
Kimmy, I support you.
Kimmy, I support you.
And all of y'all on this call, anyone who feels that at any time, I do it from time to time because it's just we go through rounds, right? And different parts are coming up.
Yeah.
So come back and listen to the replay and use that as an alchemical formula to activate your light and come into remembrance. It's going to be powerful. And again, and when you dive in with Keleena with these activations, like you'll be primed for like another level, which is beautiful. Thank you for being so brave of coming on and for speaking.
Thank you.
Voice, yes. Yes.
Is it okay if I share something really quick before the next person?
Yeah.
So, I talk to the plants and the flowers and the animals and everything. And I always like, even to the orchid back there, I'm like, look at you. And I just give him that energy. I'm like, look at you. You're so beautiful. You're so lovely. I walked past the mirror the other day. There's so many mirrors in this house I'm renting. I've never had mirrors like this. And I stopped and I looked over. I'm like, oh, look at you. I did the same thing to my reflection that I do to the plants and the animals and everything else. So the more that you upscale yourself, the more that you really love yourself more, because that's what it is. It's loving all that you are. You're going to be able to go past the mirror one day and go, oh, look at you. Because it's this expansion of all that you are in your light and in your heart. I'm kind of silly, but that's my elemental part of me.
No, I do that. I do that to everything else, but not myself, I don't think.
Ah, good
There you
call,
go.
Jen. Good call,
Yeah.
Jen.
I talk to everything.
Blessings, Kimmy, so much.
Thank you.
And look at all the comments in the chat box. So many people are really acknowledging you and thanking you for showing up. All right, let's continue. Sheila, let's go with you now. Welcome to the call.
Oh, hi. Hi, Keleena. Hi, John.
Hello.
It's amazing to be here. So, well, I have been working with light language for some years now, and I have been teaching other people how to tap into that ability, and I have been like so excited about working with the fairies and the dragons and everything that has opened up since then. But then it's like I reached this spot right now where I feel like either something is changing. It's almost like I cannot see where to go from here. It's like everything is kind of stopped or blocked, or and I know that I have been going through a lot of purges and clearings and stuff since the beginning of the year. It's very massive, but it's like, oh my gosh, when will this get easier? Because like financially, everything is like in this point where, okay, do I need to do something different, or is something that I'm not seeing here?
All right.
You
So
know,
this happens to everyone. You're in transformation. That's all. That happens to everyone. People start to think that nothing's happening anymore. What's going on? I've lost my sense of this. My third eye's not working as strong. I'm not able to work. I'm not getting clients. But you're actually in the midst of a transformation that's accelerating you to the next level. So you have to give yourself that space and place to actually go through it because it's very sacred. Don't blame yourself. There's no, we shouldn't be blaming anything because what ascension is happening, it's occurring. And you started it a while ago. And so we are going to keep going and keep continuing. This is a year of huge transformation. And for those that have been awake for a long time, they're leveling up. We're having upgrades. The stuff, has it been happening for a while for you?
yeah.
How long?
Oh my gosh, I think since December, I think it's more heavy, but it's been like a couple of years of like almost like I'm moving through a mountain, and it's like, oh my God, I'm never getting to that spot where it's easy or it's lighter. It's like, okay, it's a constant moving through, like almost moving like mud, and oh my gosh. And sometimes, as you say, I can we tend to be a little bit hard on ourselves, like judgmental and critical too. I think I'm not doing this right, or and yeah, there's a little bit of
Yeah.
that inner talk
But you're
there.
also using the word never.
Yeah.
You're not in ownership because you're saying we and not I.
Yeah. Thanks for
Yeah.
spotting that.
So, I mean, right now there's things that are occurring for you that have to occur. That's gonna move you forward. Hold on one second. They're saying it is within your reach. You just have to allow yourself, because we're on Earth, that space within time. Allow it to culminate, allow things to fester, allow the releases to happen, because this is the way, and they're showing me the energy is just going up, it's flowing up. You're in the middle of a releasing thing. You're also, your work should be changing from what they're showing me. I don't want to go into that stuff here because that's a session, so that would be really beneficial for you if you do the group thing, because I'm going to go with each person and give them what they need. But you know this already. There's something changing with your work, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
have been feeling that.
But you've been fighting it as well, they're saying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there is a little bit of resistance, maybe some
Yep.
fears or something like that, but yeah.
Yeah, it's fear of lack. is what they just said.
Oh yeah, totally.
Mm.
Makes sense, yeah.
So maybe we will see you on the session.
Yeah, well, thank you so
Blessings,
much.
Sheila.
Yeah.
You're
And Sheila,
welcome.
I just want to share with you that I feel those expansionary codes already in you, and they're already resonating with you. So
They're around
just
her.
absolutely. I just wanted to give you that reflection. And I'm just reflecting what you already know. But again, sometimes the ego needs, sometimes we all need to hear it. Go ahead, Keleena. Yes. Beautiful.
She had a blockage on her throat. Cut.
Mm.
You feel that moving, Sheila?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The codes, like when I see people with codes around them, but they're not already integrated, that means that there's something festering that's trying to come out. But like you said, you even agreed that there is some resistance. So if we have any kind of resistance to anything as we're going through this process, that would be the blockage. Okay, the resistance is the blockage of not allowing, not surrendering, and allowing the transformation and the change to occur. Those codes will literally come in and activate when you're ready, but you have to let go of that which isn't serving to allow the no.
Mm. Beautiful. Sheila, blessings to you and congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Amazing. It's y'all, I want to remind you of the special offer, and again, the sessions with Keleena, the healing session that's coming up, the meditations, the transmissions, they're all included in the package. Again, the link is in the chat box. You can read some of the comments of people who've benefited so much from Kaleena's work in the chat box. They're all over on the chat box. There's not a lack of praise for Kaleena's work in the chat box. It's an abundance of it. So
Oh,
again,
that's nice. Thank you.
special offer. Again, click on the blue link in the chat box. If you're watching on the replay, click on the special offer button on the replay page, or you can always access the replay on beyondtheordinaryshow.com/marketplace. Keleena, it feels like a transmission's coming through.
Yeah.
Mm.
They're asking everyone to place their hands like this. Oh, hot. Kamana o nama aki. Hui. Na poka she. Kistana mur. He. Okay, some of you might start feeling wings. Ooh. Ooh. You might feel your back, shoulder blades moving. It is here that we leave you. In love, peace, and tranquility. Oh, that was powerful.
Yeah, it still is.
Yeah, I'm like vibrating and shaking. That was, I just want to touch on that literally came from Gaia
Mm.
through, and I started seeing activation, Kundalini activation. I started seeing the dragons activating within. I started seeing alignment in the electrical part of the body, the electrical body, the energy body. And then I was feeling and seeing the wings. It's still feeling it. Some of you, your wings are, you can feel your wings. Anybody feeling their wings? The body is moving like this. And so that's the wings coming online. For your angelic self. Yeah, there I go. Their shoulders are, yeah. Wee. Yeah, there's a whole lot going on with that, even more, but I'm so high right now.
Yeah, so many people saying, yes, I felt my wings. I felt my wings coming back. My wings, yes.
Yes, and the hands in the beginning, they literally lit them on fire. So they lit everybody's hands on fire. And when that happens, like if I do that in one-on-one private sessions with people, when I light people's hands on fire, it's to clear the stuff they've done in the past that was not good. And it removes it from the hand chakras. So the hand chakras expand.
Beautiful.
So, whew.
So powerful. Y'all dive in further with Keleena. Again, the special offers in the chat box. You know where to find it. We'll run the replay for the rest of the week. You'll be able to come back and participate in this amazing energy today. And Keleena, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for the Angels of Lemuria. Thank you for Gaia. Thank you for the masters that showed up. And thank you, Keleena, for your service and for choosing to be a conscious vehicle and embodier of what's becoming possible for all of us.
And thank you for having me. And ditto everything back to you. It was good to be here.
It's wonderful to have you here. Yes. All of y'all. What a blessing. What a blessing to be together. What a blessing to be in this life at this moment. And I just bow to each and every one of you in namaste. I look forward to seeing you all on the next call. Bye, everybody.